I have a particular story which is not related to anxiety, but it's related to having lost my best friend to cancer 1.5 years ago. And the grief and the pain I was feeling felt unimaginable. Like I didn't think I would be able to survive that pain in a way. Yeah, it felt like it was a kind of pain that I wouldn't get through. I wouldn't come out the other end. And so for weeks and weeks and weeks, I brought that to the dance floor, and I danced with her, and I danced with the grief, and I danced with her death, and I danced with the stories of her and the stories we shared. And I came out the other end knowing that I was in a better place of being able to hold her memory in my heart without it breaking me anymore. I was able to dance with her, and I can still dance with her without the sorrow tearing me apart.
We've just listened to Mira. Mira is a dance movement psychotherapist, and she's 3 months pregnant while telling that heart-touching story. I've met with Mira in an open floor dance session. In this video, we will talk about what open floor is. Welcome to Dance Journals. In Dance Journals, in this YouTube channel, we are talking about dance and we are filming dance. And I encourage everyone to dance like Mick Jagger in their everyday lives. Why? Because now we are going to be talking about it. How dance can help your mental health, your soul, and how it can help to destroy your worries. It is a regular cold Sunday evening in London, Swiss Cottage. However, what I see and what I feel is not regular at all. The very first time I attended to 5 Rhythms, a conscious dance practice, I observed something extraordinary. That time it was a Saturday afternoon in a church a couple of years ago. At least 50-60 people, men, women, old, young, were dancing together, and all I saw how beautiful every one of them was, how magnificently they were dancing. Then I realized that all these stereotypes about our bodies mean nothing. Anybody can dance, and anybody is just so beautiful while dancing. This time I attended an open floor session, another conscious dance practice, and I felt the sense of belonging and being part of a community. This is a much more smaller group than my first experience, and I could definitely see the friendship and the intimacy, what we are longing for in our modern daily lives. Open floor is a movement practice, meditation and movement. In open floor, a teacher plays music to guide people in their moves and supports them to find their own dance. This session is led by Audrey Boss. Besides being an open floor teacher, Audrey is a mindful eating teacher and a food coach. She teaches people how to have a healthy relationship with their food and body. I visit Audrey at her home in London after the session, and she tells me what open floor is.
So it's a weekly class, it happens every Sunday, and it's a practice. So it's something that you do on a regular basis. So if you think, for example, about having a mindfulness or a meditation practice, you would do that regularly. So it is kind of mindfulness or meditation, but if you like, it's in movement, on the go. And you add to that a good playlist of good music and a teacher to guide you through it and give you instructions. And what you have is a 2-hour period to explore your relationship with yourself, with others, in the group, and also a great way of moving the body, but also tending to our mental well-being, to our mental health, and to our emotional field. It really is based on the most universal principles of mindfulness, of emotional intelligence, of understanding how our stories, our beliefs, our cultural and generational stories shape who we are in life. And it's fun. Like, you know, you get to dance. If you think about when you look at children when they're having fun, they're moving their bodies, often they're dancing, whether that's an inner dance of excitement, you know, or whether there's music on, or they're banging something, a toy, and they're making music. Dance brings us back to a state where maybe we can access different creative channels. Maybe we can access different parts of ourselves, different expressions of ourselves.
In the next video of Dance Journals, Audrey will tell us how open floor creates an incredible sense of belonging and community. And to give an example to that, yoga teacher Adam will tell us his story about how dance helped him to cope up with the grief. Not to miss the next video, do not forget to subscribe and open the alarm button. Before leaving until next week, let's listen to Mira one more time to learn how she got into dance.
So I started dancing when I was about 3 years old, and I've done various different types of dance. And then in the last 12 years, I started studying the conscious dance practices, including 5 rhythms. And then the last 4 or 5 years, it's 4 years I think, it's been open floor. And how did I get into it? It seemed like a logical progression because the dance floor is always the place that I come home to. It's the place of healing and the place of integration and exploration. So coming to a dance floor allows me to come into my body, and my body is the place where I'm able to find the answers that perhaps my mind won't give me. As a psychotherapist and a dance movement psychotherapist, I truly believe that dance has a healing power. And I came to become a dance movement psychotherapist because of my own personal experiences of managing difficulties with anxiety, which I brought to the dance floor and moved and processed and healed from, in effect. Dance has a capacity to support us and hold us in exploring whatever we need to in order to heal from whatever we need to, whether it be grief or loss or anxiety or any mental health issues that we might have, depression or burnout or anything, right? And I see that not only from my own experience, but when I hold space as a dance teacher, as an open floor dance teacher, and obviously as a dance movement psychotherapist, when I support people using movement and dance to heal from whatever their experiences are in life.